What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's me. It's DRB. I've got one of my daughters with me, so she may be a little loud. But I'm gonna record my week 3 game for the Double Battle League, and I'm playing Samakonda. And he's got a fun team. He drafted Smeargle, although this league did ban Dark Void. So to me, Smeargle's kind of it's not a bad pick, but it is definitely a worse pick. It still does have access to Spore, so it's good, still good at putting things to sleep, but just not as good. I did bring some interesting heat this week, being I brought Swagger on Rotom and a Lumberry on Haxorus, and I also brought Dragon Dance because I wanted to be able to hit the end game when I wanted. So the ideal situation was Swagger on Haxorus while Dragon Dancing, and then sweep the rest of his team. And I also brought Hyper Beam on Heliolisk because I because I could. And let's go. He brought Shuckle, which is always a problem. He also brought Dragonite, as well as what I assume to be Scarf Typhlosion. He does have access to Greninja. I go for Toxic and miss because, God hates me. He goes for Mat Block, which was not a move I expected, and then he goes for Lava Plume. So he gets the burn on me, even though I missed the Toxic, because, it's, life. Didn't expect Mat Block, which was good. Yeah, it's a smart move to bring. He goes for Water Pledge and Fire Pledge, which I didn't even remember those moves existed. So I go for Hydro Pump. Don't miss this time, which is cool. Then I go for Toxic, and I hit again. Well, I guess I hit this time. I brought Mega Sableye. I also brought Aegislash, and I brought Reuniclus again because I figured if things got down to the wire, I could still use Reuniclus to set up and sweep with. That's the ideal situation. So he goes into his Flash Fire Arcanine here, and I get rid of Typhlosion because this thing is a problem. I can't leave it on the field and not address it, so I had to get rid of it. I go for Recover here with Sableye. Being burned is obnoxious. It definitely cuts into Sableye's longevity, and Sableye is always something to keep. He goes into Smeargle here, so I know he can't go for Rocks or Sticky Web, but he does go for Spore on Rotom, which is a good play, and then he goes for Snarl, which is also a good play, because I don't even remember if I don't even remember if I brought an attacking move on Smeargle. I haven't really been watching the battle. I'm just commentating from memory. I go for Recover again. I need to keep Sableye alive because it negates Smeargle. And he brought Moody Smeargle, which is fine. Gets a special defense drop. And then he goes for Skill Swap, which, boy, I didn't expect. And kind of put me in a whole lot of danger really fast, because now Arcanine is dangerous, and I go for Toxic and I miss because God hates me. So I went for Swagger on the turn. He went for Skill Swap, not expecting that to happen to me at all. And I realize here that if this Arcanine doesn't hit itself and it keeps getting attack boosts, this game is over before I can even do anything with Haxorus. And at this point, it's looking like that's what I have to do, or I have to get lucky with a Hyper Beam. So here he gets a special defense drop, or a special defense raise. Whoops. So I go into Haxorus, and I think this is the only shot I've got here. I go for Protect to block the Spore, just praying that Rotom wakes up, and he does wake up, and then I pray that this Hydro Pump hits, and it does, and it doesn't do anything. And oh boy, he gets another attack raise, and Arcanine looks like he can beat my team, and he has Quick Claw on his Smeargle for some reason, and he goes for Snarl for some strange reason. I didn't know Snarl could miss, but it wouldn't have helped anyway. So I go for Dragon Claw without boosting because he doesn't have any defense investment or boosts, so I have to get rid of that thing. And I go for Thunder Wave to cripple Smeargle, even though he does have Quick Claw, as long as I can slow it down a little bit. And then he goes into Shuckle, which to me was a strange idea. He should have gone into Dragonite with multiscale, because it would have prevented me from doing exactly what I just did, which was getting that Swagger, Lumberry, Dragon Dance off. So he goes for Lava Plume. Doesn't do anything. Luckily for me, it doesn't burn me, because that would have been very, very bad. And he goes for Shell Smash, which was strange. I'm not sure I've ever seen Shell Smash used on Shuckle. You know, I get it's very gimmicky. Like, it's not a bad idea, but it is very gimmicky. You have to have a team that can let Shuckle get set up to the point where he is defensively impossible to stop. And then you have to bring something like Toxic and Infestation. Otherwise, you know, Toxic, Infestation, Rest, Shell Smash would be about the only set that I could see this working with. His Smeargle's Quick Claw activates, but he gets paralyzed, which is unfortunate. I go for Thunderbolt. It does nothing because Shuckle's a monster, and he reveals that he does have Rest. So this set gets a little scarier for me, because you know, if he's got Infestation and he can just Rest stall me, I can't beat Shuckle. Here I go for Dragon Claw, just praying that I wake up, and I aimed at Smeargle. And he switches to Dragonite, which, like, I calced it because, like, this Dragonite is multi-skill. It does something like 200% at +3. I let Rotom go down here because I know Rotom's going down here to Toxic, and there's no reason for me to save it. I didn't bring Pain Split, which was unusual for me. I really like Pain Split Rotom. But, I let it go down to Toxic so I could get in, get in Reuniclus and go for a game from here, because I have to. So I go Dragon Claw as the fastest thing on the field, and I get Smeargle out of there, so I don't have to deal with skill swap Moody Shuckle with Shell Smash, because that'd be even worse. I put up a safeguard so I don't have to worry about Toxic Stall anymore. And he goes back into Greninja, and I know I'm faster than Greninja, so I Dragon Claw and get rid of it. So now it's Shuckle versus the world, and this was the situation I wanted to be in, because even though Shuckle is a danger, it's not enough of a danger to beat my whole team by itself. So he goes for Struggle Bug, and that, to me, was silly. Bless you, Gwendolyn. Good lord. That was a big sneeze. As I said, I would have brought Toxic and Infestation, because Infestation does more damage, especially since you're lowering your own attack and special attack with Shell Smash. It would have been better to bring a move that does set damage versus Struggle Bug. I get that it lowers special attack, but you know, you didn't have anything to deal with Haxorus. It was a good game. There were some very dangerous parts for me in there. Getting that burn with Typhlosion on turn 1 was scary, Greninja was scary, and then Moody Arcanine was terrifying. So I'm glad I was able to get through that. This does put us at 3-0. We grabbed another +4. So next week we've got a pretty rough game, so hopefully we can come away with a win. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned.